everybody, and welcome back to All Kinds of Everything. Now, today's video is a story of Lester, Logan, and Lolita. Now, for those of you who don't know who these are, I'm going to leave the link of that over there. Please check it out. And for those of you who know that they are my pet rabbits, hair / children, it's story time. Okay, so a couple of months back, there was a huge brawl in the rabbit room, and it turned out that Logan turned very territorial and he hurt Lolita and Lester real bad. They were bleeding badly. Lolita lost her tail. Lester lost half her tail, and Logan was just chilling out. But we had to separate them. Okay, we had to put Lester and Lolita in another room, and Logan stayed in the other room. And Logan was always, even after this huge fight, he was very, I don't know what, boisterous. He used to just jump high and try to scale the walls and all that. So he was kept aloof, and he just sat there in one box, in one cardboard box. He used to just, his routine was go inside the box and stay there till we used to give him milk and grass, and then he used to come, eat, drink, and then go back inside the box. So that's how life was for him after the fight. But these two girls, we used to let them out to play with us, and of course, Lolita was in a lot of pain that time. She just couldn't hop and jump and do shimmies. Lester too was in pain. So, initially for the first few days, Lolita just sat at the corner. She couldn't walk. And earlier, Lolita, as soon as she saw me, she thought I was a predator. So she used to just run away. But then now she waits to see whether I'm a predator or not. And then, okay, so she was slowly warming up to us. But unfortunately, we had to let them go. Now, why we had to let them go is this: because Lolita started intimidating Lester. She wouldn't allow Lester to eat, she wouldn't allow Lester to drink milk, and she would just, in these Hindi serials, how the vamp used to just sit on a chair and just stare at you like that. I mean, not at you, but at the whoever was acting opposite her. So Lolita was like that. She was very intimidating. She would not allow Lester to eat or drink, and a couple of times I tried to catch, because I could just hear noises. Okay, like doors, in the sense they would bang against the door or something like that. So those kinds of noises I would hear, and I always thought, because Lester's bigger than Lolita, I always thought maybe it is Lester who's chasing Lolita or something. But no, I stood for about 15 minutes outside the door trying to I mean, I didn't show myself, because when they see somebody, they are very angelic and they wouldn't do anything. So I hid behind and I tried to see what was happening. So what was happening was, Lolita would eat her grass, and as soon as Lester would come, she would just jump in the air and make one sort of that kind of a noise. I mean, I'm not a rabbit, so I'm not doing it well, but that sort of a noise she would do, and she would just jump in the air. Okay, so Lester would get distracted and not eat. Okay, so, and milk. Okay, we used to keep two containers, one for Lolita and one for Lester. But Lolita used to drink Lester's milk as well as her own milk, and maybe she would leave little, and that little milk Lester used to drink. And I don't know for how long this has been happening, but for 1.5 weeks she's become, she's grown bigger, and she very looks at Lester very intimidatingly. And even when they are left to play also, they are in separate corners. Like, Lester's very scared, I think, of Lolita, so she used to come and sit near my dad, and Lolita used to sit on the opposite side and stare. So, and the worst part is, when we used to put grass, Lolita sits on the grass and eats the grass in front of her, and then does her job on the grass itself, so that Lester couldn't eat. So all kinds of politics were going on, animal politics were going on over here. And then we were like, no, it's too much, because see, we cannot leave Lester back into the wild, because she, I mean, after her fall, we've imprinted a lot on her. Okay, so she was always with me. We used to feed her, I used to feed her, I used to play with her. So till Logan and Lolita came, she thought I was a rabbit or she was a human. So she's grown used to us. In fact, she's the only one I can hold, and she would lick, and she'll be with me for I don't know however long, but less. But Logan and, oh my god, I'm getting so confused with the names. But Logan and Lolita were not like that. We could hardly hold them for about 5 minutes. That was max, and they would just go wild. So we said, leaving Leston to the wild didn't make sense because she wouldn't survive. But Logan and Lolita, you know, they could make it out there, but we didn't have, like, we were not 100% sure that wild what to do. Do we leave them back or not? And God sent this was that one of my dogs wasn't well, and we had to rush him to PFA, that's People for Animals. And over there, the doctor said that, I mean, my dad asked, and the doctor said, yeah, why not? We do take rabbits and hares, and they have a kind of enclosure with about 15-20 rabbits who are all neutered and all. So we were like, okay, thank God, because it's better than them leaving them in the wild and then they become prey to other animals. So we had a capture mission. Of course, ever since Lolita moved into this room, she's become like slightly okay with me. She's used to people kind of thing, so carrying her and all. So of course we used this box. We had a cardboard box. We made a couple of holes. That's the string which we will tie once Lolita's inside the box. So we've kept some grass, and there she is. So yeah, now what I did was I caught her and sort of pampered her so she doesn't have a clue of what's gonna happen. And I put her in the box. But for the first time when we put her, we were not quick enough to shut it. So then she jumped out again, and I was scared that she would go crazy and would not come back to me or something like that, because if that happens, it's very difficult, So then, luckily, she came back. I mean, I could catch her again, and then we put her, and then this time we were quicker in closing the box, and then we took her. We pretty much did the same thing with Logan, but I mean, what I had in mind was, sometimes in the night when I used to go to feed him, I used to just stroke his head like this, and he used to just immediately run into the box, into that box which I was talking about. So I said, why don't we replace that box with the box which we took Lolita in, and he would go. But then we were like, no, not gonna happen. So what we did is we used a gunny sack. Okay, we captured him in such a way that he couldn't jump up. Then we put him inside the box, closed it, and slowly removed the gunny sack and tied it and left. Tied it and went to PFA, and we left both the rabbits there. Of course, all the other rabbits are so cute. Logan and Lolita had two separate compartments because they just came new and all that sort of thing. So the doctor said that in a couple of weeks time he's going to operate on them and neuter them, and then maybe he's going to let them mingle with the other rabbits. Of course, Lester, now she's probably wondering where's that one who's to eat all my food and bring my milk, but at least now we know that she's eating. That's it. Thank you for listening to my story. If you like to see more of my content, please do subscribe. Please like this video, share this video, comment, and let me know your thoughts. And until we meet again, be safe, stay happy, and bye-bye.